When we think about celebrating Black History Month, do you consider Black wellness as a critical part of it? Because usually when we think about celebrating Black history, we are thinking about all the great contributions of Black folks across the diaspora, the genius, the innovation, the sacrifice, the ways in which Black folks have contributed nationally and internationally to where we are as a nation, as a world. And we kind of take a moment to be intentionally thoughtful and appreciative, I hope, of all of those contributions, but because we understand that the impact is undeniable. For example, there have been amazing feminists like Bell Hooks, who was unafraid to use her voice for feminist and social activism, or Henrietta Lacks, who had no clue that her cancer cells, the first immortalized cells lines in the first immortalized human cell, will be a game changer as one of the most important cell lines in medical history. We think about these contributions. We think about the civil rights movement. We think about all of those who organized. We think about those who were enslaved, who overcome, who persevered. And all of those things are great, and all of those things are part of our history. But what I often think about, specifically as a clinician, more so as a psychologist who specializes in Black wellness, is what was their mental health and well-being like? And all of that pursuit and all of that grind and all of that sacrifice, right? Because we really live, let's be honest, we live in a grind culture where we're celebrated for what we can do, what we can produce, how much we can endure, right? And specifically for Black folks, there's a history tied to resiliency. And if you were to poll a significant portion of Black people who identify as Black, they would associate resiliency with how much they've overcome, how much they've endured, but not necessarily how much they've been well. And I just fundamentally believe that all of that innovation, that sacrifice, that contribution to where we are now is a missing piece of what we celebrate is Black wellness. Because if we're building and we're innovating and we're contributing and we're trying to, be successful, are we going to really appreciate it if we're not well? So this series is all about making Black wellness a part of Black history, because I fundamentally believe that those of us who are generations and generations removed from our ancestors who were enslaved are their wildest dream. I don't think that they had time to be well. I don't think they had the privilege to be well. I don't think that it was something that they were afforded. And so now we are seeing a pivot in where we are in time, where we can actually pause to benefit from all of those sacrifices. But that is going to take some level of intentionality.